If you're a spouse or have children, I have what I think is really important advice for you. I understand that talking about and making funeral plans is a really hard topic. This is a message that my mom sent on April 14th. Her and my dad were in the process of their funeral planning, but because it is a really hard topic, they hadn't gotten to the point where they were picking out the caskets that they were going to be buried in. It's not something anyone wants to think about, that one day, eventually, this is what I'll be buried in. Unfortunately, just 10 days later, both of my parents were tragically killed. But let me tell you, as a grieving loved one, it is 100 times harder going into that room knowing that you need it now. Not one day, not in the future, that you are going into that room to pick one out because you need it now. There's been many hard things that I've had to do, and one of the hardest ones is going in that room, knowing that I need to pick something out because we need to plan a funeral. And I didn't need to just pick out one, I needed to pick out two. And it took me 2 different days going in that room, because the first time going in, I couldn't say it out loud that this is the one we're gonna go with. Because saying it out loud that you're gonna choose this particular casket, or in my situation, 2 caskets, means accepting that they're gone. And at that time, I was not ready to do that. My advice to you is, it may be a hard decision to make for yourself, but for your spouse or your kids or your family, think about the last thing that you would want them to do is to be going through the grieving process and then having to make these decisions for you. And it was hard because every single time that I was having to make these decisions, all I wanted to do was to make sure that I was doing things that they would have wanted. And if you make these decisions now while you're still alive, then that leaves us behind a plan to follow, to know this is exactly what you would have wanted.